Hey everyone, it's Fitz with a daily delivery. Hope you're doing well. Hey, it's Saturday. It's Saturday morning. It's game day, and it means it's time for another edition of my on the line version of the daily delivery, where I pick the Big 12 games based on the betting lines. Now, look, I've been doing only Big 12 conference games, no non-conference games. Today, I'm breaking my own rules. You want to know why? Because I can do it. I'm in charge of this. I can break my own rules. I've got a non-conference game this week. But let's look back at what happened last week as I did okay. I did all right. I'm kind of proud of how I'm progressing so far this season. I went 2-1 against, on a small schedule last week, and I'm now 9-3-1 overall against the spread. I'll take it. I don't know if I can continue it. I've gotten some breaks. I admit all that. But let's see what we've got in store. We've got 5 games here this week. One team has an off week because another team is playing a non-conference game, as I mentioned. But let's get going here with the least important game of the week. This is interesting. Tech was a 16.5-point favorite midweek when we did our Bet On It features with Ryan Gilbert earlier at GoPowercat.com. 2 days later, as I tape this on Friday morning, we've got the line now at 18.5. It's moving up. Money's coming in on Tech. They're in Lawrence. Can they win by 19 or more? Oh, hell yes, they can win by 19 or more. I don't think Tech's that good. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're as good as other teams in this conference that might be comparable to the Red Raiders. But I know this. Kansas has a huge gap between it and 9th place. And if 9th place is Tech and they lose by 19 or more at home, oh boy. Let's move on to the non-conference game because it kind of feels like a conference game. Let's be honest. Welcome the Cougars to the Big 12. They're going to Waco. Make sure you stop at Whataburger or In-N-Out, and there's a McDonald's in between. It's kind of weird. But welcome to the Big 12. Even this is a non-conference game, we're going for it. BYU actually opened as a 1-point favorite in Waco. And I think the shines come off the Cougars a little bit after losing at home last week to Boise State. They go to Waco, 5-point favorite now. As we pick this for the Bears, I say stick with the Bears. And I've got Iowa State coming to Manhattan. This is the game I usually say for last because we're a K-State website. But look, I'm making my picks here, folks. I'm just telling you what I think. I've studied this game a lot because I had to prepare for it. And I don't see K-State covering that 6.5-point spread, even on its home field in this game. I just don't like this matchup at all for the Wildcats. I think the Cyclones will win by 7 or more in a very entertaining game, as they typically are. It wasn't last season, but typically Farmageddon is a lot of fun. The fun will return, but K-State, I don't see you winning. You can see my actual pick as a subscriber at GoPowercat.com with my 5 keys to victory. Oklahoma playing host to TCU. Oklahoma hasn't blown out hardly anyone this year. They haven't really piled it up on anyone. They've kind of squeaked by. They've gotten the job done, but now they've changed quarterbacks. And I'm just suspecting here that there's something going on in that locker room more than just on-the-field quarterback play. And the change at quarterback, I think, will bode well for the Sooners. They're going to win by 2 touchdowns or more against TCU, a team that I literally cannot figure out. Now, the big game of the week is down in Austin. Texas plays host to Oklahoma State. These are 2 of the better teams in the conference, 2 teams that have played at a pretty high level so far this season. Texas, of course, blew the big lead against the Sooners last week. They cannot afford to lose a 3rd game this season. Whew, that would be bad, and they won't. I see the Longhorns defending their home field at 3.5 points, so they'll win by 4 and more. So I have somehow, some way, picked all of the favorites to cover. I don't know how I came to that, but that's exactly what I think. I think 2 road teams will win, and the rest will defend their fort. I don't know. What are your picks? Let me know in the comments section, and I hope you enjoyed this edition of On the Line. Let's see if I can keep cooking this season. Man, I'm getting like 3/4 of my picks right. You could be building a house off the money you made for me.